I find there's so much power in having a coach in all realms.
Mm.
You know, so you said I'm a business coach, right? But I mean, a nutrition coach, or somebody, if I'm not paying, somebody who's teaching me, or a mentor of some sort. But I pay for all of these people because it creates a higher level of accountability. Like, I am paying for this person's time. Uh, and so let's just say, even though I've been doing this stuff for like 15 years, I still have a running and triathlon coach,
Mm.
and they hold me accountable. They ensure that I'm actually improving, because there's a question like, how do you know you're actually improving? Quran, I don't even memorize by myself. I have I have in every uh, facet of my life either a coach I'm paying for or a mentor that's mentoring me.
So you
So
have
that's
someone there to hold you accountable for some of the goals that you've set. So
yes,
it's really, so let's start saying, okay, I want to set a goal.
yeah.
And
I said it. Yeah,
your
exactly.
goal is saying, you know what, instead of just being a guy who's just haphazardly walking around, in 3 months from now, I want to be able to run a half marathon
Yeah,
or
yeah, exactly. Well, it depends on the level. I mean, this whole thing is levels, right? So, like the goal, I said, manufacture purpose. The goal has to be sufficiently interesting enough to actually create purpose. So for everyone is different. Like, there's a guy visiting me here. His name is Muhammad in Istanbul right now, and for him, to make the goal interesting, it's a 100-mile run.
okay.
And for other people, a 3-mile run is equivalent to a 100 miles. So it's all different.
Yeah,
What I would,
that would be me, Ahmed, I think at this
yeah,
point. You know.
like I know somebody here who the idea of a 3-mile run, he didn't sleep the night before because
Oh,
that's where he is. So you get the goal that's not going to break you, but sufficiently scare you, you know, and register before you're ready. Whereas, your nefs, or whatever you want to call it, will say, no, I'm not ready. Let me just get ready, then I'll register. No, it's the
right.
exact opposite. You register, then get ready. And then the second step, because it's like, how do I get, I mean, even in the world of Islam, like, how do I get to this promised land spiritually?
Mm,
The most powerful way is to have somebody guide you,
right.
you know? And so that's step two, is take the thinking out of it, by hiring, which is my ideal, like, put your money where your mouth is, uh, or having someone to guide you.
Yeah, and you know what's interesting about these concepts we're going to get into? I think, once I know for a fact, once I went through that process with you and I started to, by Allah's grace, accomplish some of those goals that we had, uh, that feeling of accomplishment was so much greater than my stress eating of the
Of
Trade
course.
Case Hakizadi in Uskadar city center. Like, whereas the pleasure was eating that, those delicious baklava that they have there at Hakizadi. Now it was like you put it in front of me. I was like, absolutely not. I'm not going to touch. I'm not even interested in it because I have an
Exactly.
objective.
Yeah, and that when you see the objective and the reward of that objective, and it's all about, like, for me, creating the systems in place until you get to that point. So
Right.
people get to a point where, like you said, the idea of hacky zadi is like, okay, whatever, you know.
Yeah.
But the idea of getting to a delayed goal is far greater. And then the question becomes, how do you create those systems, or that feeling in other aspects of your life, whether work or, uh, ideally, spirituality.